Welcome, dear friends, to a peaceful journey through 130 fascinating facts about My Hero Academia, the series that has touched hearts around the world with its inspiring tale of heroes, quirks, and the relentless pursuit of justice. From the humble beginnings of a young boy without a quirk to the world of vibrant heroes and complex villains, tonight we'll gently explore the origins of the story, the beloved characters, and the profound themes that make My Hero Academia such a powerful and enduring part of modern anime. Whether you're familiar with Midoriya's journey or just beginning to discover this universe, this story will guide you through the warmest memories and quiet wonders of a world that always reminds us true heroism is born from the heart. Now, as you settle in, let your body begin to relax. Feel the softness of the night wrapping around you like a gentle blanket. Let your breathing slow, steady, and deep, sinking deeper into the peace of this moment. Allow your thoughts to drift as we step into this world together. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Let us begin. Fact 1. My Hero Academia was created by Kohei Horikoshi, who drew inspiration from his love for American superhero comics, particularly from iconic series like Spider-Man and X-Men. Horikoshi wanted to explore the idea of what it means to be a hero, and he shaped the world of My Hero Academia to reflect both the grandeur of superhero tales and the deep, personal struggles that often lie beneath the surface. The series was first serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump in 2014, quickly gaining popularity for its compelling characters, emotional depth, and powerful messages of perseverance and growth. Horikoshi's blend of action, emotion, and heart would come to define the series, and it would soon capture the hearts of fans all over the world. Fact 2. The protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, was born without a quirk in a world where having one is the norm. This rare condition makes him an outcast among his peers, and he struggles with feelings of inadequacy. However, Midoriya's spirit remains unbroken. His dream to become a hero, like his idol All Might, drives him forward, even without the powers that others possess. It is this unwavering determination that leads All Might to pass on his quirk, one for all, to Midoriya, marking the beginning of a new chapter in both their lives. This act of kindness would change Midoriya's destiny and the fate of countless others. Fact 3. UA High School, where the young heroes train, is one of the most prestigious institutions in the world of My Hero Academia. Located in the heart of Japan, it's where aspiring heroes go to hone their skills and learn how to protect the world from villains. The school's design is symbolic, mirroring the complexity of the journey each hero must take, filled with large, open spaces for growth, but also narrow hallways representing the obstacles students must overcome. The students' dormitories are not just places to sleep, they are places where friendships are forged and where the foundations of heroism are built, often in the most subtle ways. Fact 4. The quirk system in My Hero Academia is one of its most fascinating aspects. Quirks are unique abilities that most people are born with, ranging from mundane to incredible. The quirk system reflects the diversity and complexity of human nature, as each quirk has its own strengths and weaknesses. Some quirks are as simple as generating fire, while others, like the power of flight or controlling gravity, seem almost godlike. This system mirrors the real world in many ways, as it highlights both the potential for greatness and the responsibility that comes with it. It also serves as a constant reminder of the fragility of power, how it can uplift but also burden. Fact 5. All Might, the symbol of peace, is the face of heroism in My Hero Academia. With his bright smile and golden aura, he symbolizes the hope that humanity can rely on. However, beneath his cheerful exterior lies a heartbreaking truth. All Might's quirk is slowly fading, and his time as the world's greatest hero is coming to an end. Despite his growing weakness, he continues to protect the world, showing the true depth of his character. His decision to pass on One for All to Midoriya is a symbol of his belief in the next generation, entrusting the future of heroism to those who still have the strength to rise. Fact 6. Midoriya's relationship with All Might is one of deep admiration, but also a complicated emotional bond. At first, Midoriya idolizes All Might from afar, believing that the hero is the embodiment of everything good and perfect. As their relationship grows, Midoriya begins to understand the sacrifices that All Might has made, how the hero's perfect image has always been a facade, masking the deep personal pain of a hero who must constantly push beyond his limits. Their connection evolves into something profound as Midoriya becomes not just a successor to All Might's powers, but a beacon of the next generation of heroes. Fact 7. The idea of heroism in My Hero Academia is explored in much more complex ways than simply good versus evil. While the series features clear distinctions between heroes and villains, it also delves into the gray areas, showing that sometimes the line between the two is not as clear cut as it might seem. Villains like Tamura Shigaraki and Overhaul are not just embodiments of evil, they are products of a broken system shaped by their own tragedies. My Hero Academia challenges viewers to reflect on the nature of heroism and villainy, encouraging them to think beyond surface level good and evil. Fact 8. The school festivals in My Hero Academia serve as both moments of levity and important character development. One of the most iconic events is the UA Sports Festival, where students from various schools gather to compete in physical and mental challenges. This festival isn't just about showcasing their powers, but about testing their resolve, pushing their limits, and learning to work together despite their differences. It's a reminder that even the most intense battles in life are often about growth, learning, and the friendships we build along the way. Fact 9. My Hero Academia takes place in a world where heroes and villains are as much a part of society as politicians and scientists. There are professional heroes who fight to keep the world safe, and there are also government agencies that oversee the use of quirks and maintain public safety. This world building reflects a society where heroism is not just an individual pursuit, it is a career, a responsibility, and a part of the very fabric of life. Yet, even in such a structured society, the characters are still learning what it truly means to be a hero. Fact 10. The theme of mentorship is ever present in My Hero Academia. Teachers and mentors, such as All Might, Eraserhead, and even the more unconventional figures like Sir Night-Eye, play pivotal roles in shaping the students' growth. Their influence extends beyond simply teaching how to use quirks. They help the students understand what it means to be a hero, not just in battle, but in life. It's their wisdom and guidance that helps the next generation grow, and it's clear that the series values the quiet, steadfast strength of those who pass on their knowledge. Fact 11. The design of my hero. Academia's world is carefully constructed to reflect the diverse personalities of its heroes and villains. The UA High School, for example, is not just a place of learning, it's a symbol of the hope and promise of the next generation. Its towering, modern architecture contrasts with the rustic, traditional neighborhoods outside, reflecting the tension between the old and new ways of thinking. The buildings are filled with history, but they are also bursting with energy, optimism, and the potential for change. It is here that Midoriya and his classmates must forge their own identities, balancing their aspirations with the weight of the world around them. Fact 12. The character of Bakugo Katsuki is one of the most complex in My Hero Academia. Initially introduced as a brash, aggressive student, Bakugo often comes across as angry and self centered. However, as the series progresses, it becomes clear that his fiery temperament is not just a result of pride, but of a deep seated desire to be the best, a desire born from insecurity and a fear of weakness. Bakugo's growth as a character is subtle but profound as he learns the value of teamwork and starts to understand the true meaning of strength. His evolution is a reminder that even the most seemingly stubborn hearts can soften over time. Fact 13. One of the most enduring themes in My Hero Academia is the idea of legacy. Midoriya's journey is not just about his own growth, but about carrying forward the legacy of All Might, the symbol of peace. Throughout the series, we see how the legacies of past heroes and villains shape the present, and how those who came before us continue to influence the choices we make. This theme is most poignantly expressed in the passing of the One for All quirk, a symbol of trust and hope passed down through generations. It shows how heroism is not only about personal achievement, but about what we leave behind for others. Fact 14. The quirk system in My Hero Academia is not just a tool for combat, but a reflection of each person's inner self. Quirks often symbolize deeper aspects of a person's personality, whether it's the fiery determination of Bakugo's explosion quirk or the careful, calculating nature of Todoroki's half-cold, half-hot abilities. Each quirk is tied to the character's emotions, history, and personal growth. In many ways, the quirks serve as metaphors for the battles each character must fight within themselves, making them more than just powers to be used in battle, but mirrors of the soul. Fact 15. Shoto Todoroki's backstory is one of the most emotionally complex in the series. The son of Endeavor, the number 2 hero, Todoroki is caught in the middle of a toxic father-son relationship that is built on ambition, pride, and painful expectations. As a child, Todoroki was forced to use his quirk in a way that caused him great pain, both physically and emotionally. This inner conflict drives much of his character arc, as he struggles to reconcile his desire for approval with the need to break free from his father's shadow. Todoroki's growth as a person and a hero is a slow, gradual process, and his eventual acceptance of both halves of his identity is one of the most rewarding moments in the series. Fact 16. The series often explores the theme of sacrifice, particularly when it comes to the burdens that heroes bear. Characters like All Might, who constantly push themselves beyond their limits to protect the world, show the toll that heroism can take on one's body and spirit. Yet despite the toll, these heroes continue to fight, driven by a sense of duty and love for those they protect. The sacrifices made by these heroes are not just physical, They are emotional, psychological, and even moral. The series reminds us that true heroism requires the willingness to give of oneself, even when it seems like there is nothing left to give. Fact 17. The role of support characters in My Hero Academia cannot be overstated. Characters like Mei Hatsumi, who designs gadgets and equipment for heroes, and Momo Yaoyorozu, who uses her quirk to create almost anything she can imagine, are vital to the functioning of the hero society. These characters show that being a hero is not just about fighting battles, it's also about using one's intellect and creativity to make the world a safer place. The heroes may be the ones who fight on the front lines, but it is often the support staff, like those in the UA training program, who make their success possible. Fact 18. One of the most beloved aspects of My Hero Academia is its diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique quirks, personalities, and motivations. From the stoic and determined Midoriya to the fierce and proud Bakugo, the series is filled with characters who represent different aspects of human nature. This diversity of characters allows the series to explore a wide range of emotions, relationships, and personal struggles. It's this variety that keeps fans invested as they see parts of themselves reflected in the characters they grow to love. Fact 19. The relationship between Midoriya and his classmates is a cornerstone of the series. While My Hero Academia is often focused on action and the pursuit of heroism, it is the friendships that develop between the characters that truly drive the emotional core of the story. The bonds formed between Midoriya, Uraraka, Ida, and the rest of Class 1A serve as reminders that true strength is not just about physical power, but about the connections we share with others. These friendships provide the support and encouragement needed to overcome even the most difficult challenges. Fact 20. The symbolic use of the color red in My Hero Academia is a subtle but powerful motif throughout the series. Red is often associated with power, passion, and emotion, and it is used to highlight moments of intensity and conflict. Characters like Bakugo and Todoroki, whose quirks are fueled by fiery emotions, often wear red, while moments of great heroism or danger are often underscored by the color's presence. Red is not just a color, it is a visual cue that something significant is unfolding, whether it is a personal struggle or a heroic victory. Fact 21. The concept of one for all, the quirk passed down from All Might to Midoriya, is a powerful symbol of legacy and trust. Unlike other quirks, one for all is not just about strength, it represents the passing of hope from one generation to the next. It is a unique and personal bond between the bearer and their predecessors, each inheriting not only the quirk, but also the responsibility that comes with it. This symbolic inheritance creates a deep, emotional connection to the legacy of the heroes who came before, and it serves as a reminder that heroism is something that is built over time through sacrifice and shared dreams. Fact 22. The world of My Hero Academia is filled with vibrant, distinct cities, each with its own unique atmosphere and function within the society. One notable city is Hosu, which is known for being a major hub for hero activity, with its bustling streets and constant vigilance against villain attacks. These cities are designed not only to highlight the differences in the quirk driven society, but also to symbolize the contrast between the ordinary life of civilians and the extraordinary life of heroes. The architecture and setting always reflect the internal struggles of the characters, giving us a deeper insight into the world they inhabit. Fact 23: one of the most remarkable aspects of My Hero Academia is its portrayal of moral ambiguity, especially when it comes to the villains. Characters like Tamura Shigaraki and Dabi, while initially appearing as straightforward antagonists, have deeply tragic backstories that make them more than just evil figures. Shigaraki's transformation from a broken child to a villainous leader is a haunting exploration of trauma and vengeance. Dabi, with his burning desire for revenge, showcases the devastating effects of a life lived in anger and pain. Through these characters, the series challenges us to question the nature of villainy and what happens when individuals are pushed to the edge. Fact 24: the importance of family in My Hero Academia is often explored through the relationships between the characters and their parents. Characters like Todoroki, Bakugo, and Midoriya all have complex relationships with their families, shaped by expectations, love, and at times disappointment. The way these relationships are portrayed highlights the emotional depth of the series, showing how family dynamics can influence a person's path in life. Whether it's the support Midoriya receives from his mother, the tension Todoroki feels with his father, or the unspoken bond between Bakugo and his parents, family is shown as both a source of strength and struggle for these young heroes. Fact 25: the battle between All Might and All for One, which takes place early in the series, is not just a physical confrontation, it is a metaphor for the clash between hope and despair. All Might represents the enduring belief that good can triumph, even in the face of overwhelming odds, while All for One embodies the dark desire for absolute control and domination. The fight is emotional and symbolic, showing how the power of hope, even when fragile, can stand against the most formidable darkness. It's a pivotal moment in the series that emphasizes the overarching theme of the struggle between light and shadow. Fact 26: the concept of hero agencies plays a significant role in My Hero Academia. These agencies, where professional heroes work alongside interns and young trainees, serve as the bridge between the idealistic dreams of aspiring heroes and the gritty realities of hero work. Through the internships, characters like Midoriya, Uraraka, and Ida are exposed to the complexity of being a hero. Not just the glory of saving people, but the challenges of making difficult decisions, facing villains, and understanding the impact their actions have on society. These internships mark a significant turning point for the students as they begin to understand what it truly means to wear the title of hero. Fact 27: the character of Ochako Uraraka brings a unique warmth and lightness to the My Hero Academia series. As one of Midoriya's closest friends, Uraraka's journey is both inspiring and relatable. Her dream of becoming a hero stems not only from a desire to protect others, but from her wish to help her family overcome financial struggles. This personal motivation adds depth to her character, making her more than just a friendly face in the story. Uraraka's growth as a hero is also a reflection of the power of hope and determination, and she proves that even the most unassuming heroes can make a significant impact. Fact 28: one of the most exciting and emotionally resonant moments in My Hero Academia is the reveal of Midoriya's true potential. When Midoriya first inherits All Might's quirk, he is not physically strong enough to handle it, often injuring himself in the process. However, over time, through determination, training, and the guidance of others, Midoriya learns to control and harness the power of One for All. This journey is a slow one, marked by moments of struggle and growth, and it serves as a reminder that true strength is built not on immediate success, but on perseverance through hardship. Fact 29. The inclusion of various hero organizations and factions throughout My Hero Academia adds layers of intrigue to the story. These organizations, such as the League of Villains and the pro hero agencies, serve as more than just antagonists. They represent different philosophies on what it means to protect society. The villains are not just evil for the sake of evil, they are individuals who see the world differently, believing in their own distorted version of justice. The complexity of these organizations shows that heroism and villainy are often intertwined, and that both sides are often struggling with the same core questions about power, control, and morality. Back 30. The character designs in My Hero Academia are a key aspect of the series' visual appeal. Each character has a distinctive design that reflects their personality and quirk, making them instantly recognizable. From the fiery spikes of Bakugo's hair to the elegant simplicity of Momo Yaoyorozu's attire, every detail is carefully crafted to emphasize the uniqueness of each character. The designs also convey important aspects of the story, such as the differences between heroes and villains, or the clash between individualism and teamwork. Through these visual cues, My Hero Academia tells its story not only with words, but with the art itself. Fact 31. The relationship between All Might and his mentor, Gran Torino, is an important element of My Hero Academia. Gran Torino is an aging, eccentric hero who taught All Might the true meaning of heroism, both in combat and in life. Their dynamic is a blend of mentorship and humor, with Gran Torino offering both wisdom and playful jabs at All Might's expense. This relationship serves as a quiet reminder that heroes are not just born from strength, but from the guidance and experiences of those who came before. Gran Torino's role as a mentor to All Might, and later to Midoriya, helps to pass on the wisdom of the past to the future generation of heroes. Fact 32. One of the most significant character arcs in My Hero Academia is that of Midoriya's inner growth. At the start of the series, Midoriya is full of self-doubt, constantly questioning his ability to become a hero due to his quirkless nature. However, as he trains and learns to control the immense power of One for All, Midoriya's confidence slowly builds. His growth is not just in his physical strength, but in his emotional resilience, as he learns the importance of empathy, kindness, and determination. His journey reflects the truth that heroism is not just about power, but about a strong heart and unwavering spirit. Fact 33. The concept of sacrifice is woven deeply into the fabric of My Hero Academia. Many of the characters, particularly the heroes, are willing to sacrifice their own well-being for the greater good. All Might's own sacrifice, as he passes on his quirk to Midoriya, reflects this theme. But it is not just All Might who embodies this ideal. Characters like Eraserhead, who continuously puts himself in harm's way to protect his students, also demonstrate this selflessness. The idea that heroism often requires personal sacrifice is an enduring message throughout the series, reinforcing the theme that true strength is found in one's willingness to give for others. Fact 34. The world of My Hero Academia is rich with metaphors that explore themes of power, responsibility, and identity. The quirks in particular serve as metaphors for personal identity, with each quirk representing the character's deepest traits. Some characters, like Todoroki, struggle with the duality of their quirks, while others, like Midoriya, learn to embrace the power they have inherited. These quirks represent more than just abilities. They are symbolic of each character's inner journey, their struggles with self worth, and their eventual acceptance of who they are. This use of quirks as metaphor adds an emotional layer to the series, making it resonate with viewers on a personal level. Fact 35: the development of Midoriya's relationship with his classmates is a subtle yet powerful aspect of My Hero Academia. While Midoriya initially feels like an outsider due to his lack of a quirk, his bond with Class 1A grows steadily over time. His classmates come to admire his determination, compassion, and growth. The friendships he forms with characters like Uraraka, Ida, and Bakugo are crucial to his journey as a hero, as they provide him with the emotional support and teamwork skills he needs to succeed. The theme of friendship, trust, and reliance on others is a constant thread throughout the series, reminding us that even the strongest heroes need their friends by their side. Fact 36: the art style of My Hero Academia is distinctive, blending traditional manga aesthetics with dynamic, action packed illustrations. Horikoshi's style is both detailed and expressive, capturing the emotional depth of the characters and the intensity of their battles. The series uses contrasting elements of light and shadow to emphasize the struggle between good and evil, with the characters' quirks often serving as visual representations of their inner turmoil. The character designs are intricate, each one tailored to reflect the individual's personality and abilities, making every character feel unique and essential to the narrative. This careful attention to detail in the art enhances the storytelling, allowing viewers to connect more deeply with the characters and their struggles. Fact 37: My Hero Academia explores the theme of what it means to be a hero in various ways. The heroes in the series are not just defined by their quirks or their ability to fight villains, but by their compassion, perseverance, and moral choices. The series presents multiple interpretations of heroism, showing that being a hero is not just about fighting for justice, but also about fighting for what is right, even when it is difficult. This theme is exemplified in the characters of All Might, Midoriya, and even the villains, who each have their own beliefs about what heroism means and how it should be achieved. Fact 38: the villains in My Hero Academia are not one dimensional evil characters. They are deeply complex, with motives that stem from pain, loss, and injustice. Tamura Shigaraki, for example, was once a child who suffered tremendous trauma and neglect. His villainy is born from a deep hatred of a system that failed him, and his character arc explores themes of revenge and disillusionment. Similarly, Dabi's motivations are rooted in the abuse he suffered from his father, Endeavor, and his desire to destroy the hero society that caused him so much pain. These villains are tragic figures, reminding us that the road to villainy is often paved with suffering and abandonment. Fact 39: the idea of legacy is also explored through the various hero families in My Hero Academia. Many of the heroes, like Todoroki and Bakugo, come from families with long histories of heroism, and their personal journeys are shaped by the expectations and pressures placed on them. For Todoroki, this legacy is both a blessing and a curse, as he struggles to escape the shadow of his father, endeavor, and define himself on his own terms. The concept of legacy in the series reminds us that the weight of history is always present, influencing the choices and struggles of each new generation. Fact 40. The character of Endeavor, the number 2 hero, represents the complexities of ambition and personal growth. As Todoroki's father, Endeavor is initially portrayed as a harsh, cold, and driven individual, obsessed with surpassing all might. However, as the series progresses, we begin to see a more vulnerable side to Endeavor, one that reflects on his past mistakes and strives to do better for his family and for society. Endeavor's journey is one of redemption as he begins to understand that true heroism is not about surpassing others, but about improving oneself and protecting those who matter most. Fact 41. The concept of heroism in My Hero Academia is often tied to personal sacrifice, especially the willingness to face danger, not for fame or glory, but for the well-being of others. Characters like Midoriya, who were initially unsure of their ability to protect others, grow into true heroes as they learn the value of selflessness. Midoriya's determination to help others, even at the risk of his own life, is a powerful reminder that heroism is about more than just the actions we take. It's about the intention behind them. The series shows that heroes are not born from perfection, but from the willingness to grow, fail, and try again. Fact 42. The relationship between heroes and civilians is a complex one in My Hero Academia. While heroes are celebrated for their ability to protect society, the people they protect often have a complicated view of them. Some civilians see heroes as a necessary force, while others view them as symbols of inequality and power. This tension is explored through various storylines, particularly when characters like Midoriya realize that being a hero means understanding and navigating these complicated dynamics. The series asks us to think about what it truly means to serve others and how heroes must balance their public persona with their personal convictions. Fact 43. The UA Sports Festival, which takes place early in the series, is more than just a competition. It is a rite of passage for the students. The event serves as a test of their physical and mental strength, as well as a chance for them to prove themselves to their classmates and the public. The festival also marks a turning point in the development of the characters as they begin to recognize their own potential and the strength of their bonds with one another. It's a moment of growth for both the characters and the story itself, highlighting the power of perseverance and teamwork. Fact 44. The importance of mentorship in My Hero Academia cannot be overstated. Throughout the series, characters like All Might, Eraserhead, and even Gran Torino serve as mentors to the younger generation. These relationships are crucial to the characters' development, as they provide not only knowledge and guidance, but also emotional support. These mentors teach the students not only how to fight, but how to be heroes in the truest sense, by caring for others, making difficult choices, and continuing to learn from their mistakes. Through these mentor-student dynamics, the series illustrates the deep value of passing down wisdom to those who come after us. Fact 45. The theme of identity is explored in My Hero Academia through characters like Todoroki and Bakugo, who struggle to define themselves outside of the expectations placed on them by others. Todoroki, in particular, wrestles with his dual heritage, his powerful mother and his strict, demanding father. He must find a way to reconcile both sides of his identity, accepting both the power he was born with and the person he wants to become. This theme of self discovery is central to the story, reminding us that our identities are shaped not just by the world around us, but by how we choose to understand ourselves. Fact 46. In My Hero Academia, the concept of strength is not just about physical ability, it's about mental fortitude, emotional resilience, and the courage to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. Characters like Midoriya and Bakugo demonstrate that true strength is forged through hardship. Midoriya, in particular, shows us that being a hero isn't about being the strongest. It's about having the courage to act, even when you feel weak. The series constantly challenges its characters to redefine what it means to be strong, and in doing so, it encourages viewers to embrace their own inner strength. Fact 47. The design of My Hero. Academia's villains is as carefully thought out as the heroes, with each villain representing a different aspect of society's flaws. Characters like Tamura Shigaraki and All for One are not just evil for the sake of evil, they are reflections of the broken system they come from. Shigaraki's deep seated hatred for society and All for One's lust for power are symbolic of the ways in which the world can shape individuals, pushing them toward darker paths. The villains are not simply obstacles for the heroes, they are representations of the emotional and social challenges that must be overcome in order to achieve true heroism. Fact 48. The role of family in My Hero Academia is explored through many of the main characters, particularly the strained relationships between Todoroki and his family. Todoroki's relationship with his father, Endeavor, is complicated by the hero's abusive and demanding nature. Todoroki's struggle to define himself outside of his father's shadow is a central part of his character arc. This theme of family dynamics is also seen through Bakugo's relationship with his parents, who, while supportive, cannot fully understand the intense drive that their son possesses. These complicated family relationships serve as reminders that family is not always a source of strength, but it is always a source of growth. Fact 49. The My Hero Academia universe is filled with symbolism, from the characters' quirks to the battles they fight. The heroes, who wear bright uniforms and symbols of hope, contrast with the villains, whose dark designs often reflect their twisted view of the world. This contrast between light and dark is not just visual, it's thematic, showing the ongoing battle between optimism and despair, between hope and hopelessness. The heroes must constantly fight against these darker forces, reminding us that in the real world, the pursuit of good is never easy, and it requires constant vigilance and strength of heart. Fact 50. The UA High School Sports Festival is one of the most iconic events in My Hero Academia, and its significance goes beyond the competition itself. The festival serves as a metaphor for the journey of the characters. It is a moment where they are forced to push past their limits, confront their fears, and show what they are truly made of. For Midoriya, this moment marks a shift from being a quirkless boy to becoming someone worthy of inheriting All Might's power. The festival not only tests their physical abilities, but also their emotional and mental strength, teaching them important lessons about resilience and self belief. Fact 51. The heroes in My Hero Academia often face not only external battles, but also internal struggles. Midoriya's journey is not just about gaining power, but about learning to accept his own vulnerability and imperfections. Early in the series, Midoriya constantly battles with self doubt, unsure of his worth as a hero. However, as he faces challenges, he learns that being a hero isn't about perfection. It's about growth, resilience, and the ability to keep fighting, even when it feels like all hope is lost. His journey teaches us that our greatest strength comes not from what we can do perfectly, but from how we rise after every fall. Fact 52: the relationship between Midoriya and his mother, Inko, is one of the most tender and emotional aspects of the series. Inko is a loving and supportive mother who worries about her son, especially as he embarks on his journey to become a hero. Her concern stems from the risks he faces as he trains to inherit All Might's power. Despite her worries, Inko always supports Midoriya's dreams, reminding him that being a hero isn't just about having strength, but about kindness, empathy, and the courage to face adversity. Their relationship reflects the unconditional love and support that many people find in their own families. Fact 53: one of the most powerful themes in My Hero Academia is the concept of empathy. Heroes are not just defined by their abilities to fight or their quirks, but by their ability to understand and empathize with others. Midoriya's strength lies not only in his inherited power, but in his deep empathy for others. He is constantly thinking of how to protect those around him, often putting himself in harm's way to ensure their safety. This empathy is also reflected in the relationships he builds with his classmates, particularly with characters like Uraraka and Ida, who share his desire to make the world a better place. Fact 54: the UA High School staff play an important role in shaping the students' growth, not just as heroes, but as individuals. Characters like Eraserhead, who is both strict and compassionate, provide valuable mentorship to the students. Eraserhead's guidance goes beyond teaching combat skills. He helps the students understand the responsibility of their power and how to navigate the complexities of the hero world. His wisdom and tough love are vital in helping the students become not just stronger, but more thoughtful, self aware individuals who can use their quirks for the greater good. Fact 55: the concept of hero society is explored throughout the series, focusing on the way heroes are not only needed to fight villains, but also to maintain the structure of society. Heroes are seen as public figures, often treated like celebrities, and their actions have a significant impact on the public. My Hero Academia challenges the idea of heroism as a performance, revealing how the media and public perception shape the lives of the heroes. This societal pressure is a theme that runs deep throughout the series, as the characters must navigate the expectations placed upon them while also staying true to their own values. Fact 56: the series frequently emphasizes the importance of teamwork. While individual strength is important, many of the most significant moments in My Hero Academia are a result of collaboration. In Class 1A, students learn that they are stronger together than they are apart. This is particularly evident in their training exercises and battles, where teamwork and trust become key to overcoming obstacles. Midoriya, Uraraka, Ida, and the others often find that their unique abilities are best utilized when they work together, showcasing the value of cooperation and mutual support in the face of adversity. Fact 57: the character of All Might is symbolic of the passing of the torch, not just to Midoriya, but to the entire new generation of heroes. All Might's time as the symbol of peace is coming to an end, but his legacy lives on through Midoriya and the other students at UA. His decision to pass on One for All to Midoriya is a reflection of his belief in the next generation's ability to carry on his mission. This act of trust and faith demonstrates the cyclical nature of heroism, how one hero's light can inspire and guide the next, continuing the fight for justice and peace. Fact 58. The heroes in My Hero Academia often face moral dilemmas that challenge their ideas of right and wrong. Characters like All Might and Midoriya are constantly faced with situations where the right choice isn't always clear. They must make decisions that test their ethics and challenge their understanding of justice. These moments of internal conflict are central to the development of the characters, showing that heroism is not about having all the answers, but about making the best decisions possible with the information and resources at hand. This complexity adds depth to the series, making the heroes feel more relatable and human. Fact 59. The villains in My Hero Academia are not merely antagonists, they are individuals who have suffered or been shaped by the world in which they live. Tamura Shigaraki, for example, is a tragic figure shaped by a lifetime of abuse and loss. His desire to destroy the hero society is a reaction to the trauma he endured as a child, and his villainy is a reflection of the broken system that failed him. Shigaraki's character is a reminder that the path to villainy is often one shaped by pain, and it challenges us to think about the systemic issues that create such destructive forces. Fact 60. The theme of finding your own path is a central element of My Hero Academia. Many of the characters, including Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki, must come to terms with the expectations placed upon them and learn to define themselves on their own terms. Midoriya, in particular, must reconcile his quirkless past with his newfound abilities and find his place in a world that demands so much from its heroes. His journey is one of self-acceptance and self-discovery, teaching viewers that being a hero is not about living up to others' expectations, but about being true to oneself. Fact 61. The UA Sports Festival is not just a competition, it's a crucial turning point for the characters in My Hero Academia. For Midoriya, it's a moment where he begins to prove to himself and others that he is worthy of inheriting All Might's quirk. The festival tests not only the physical strength of the students, but also their resilience, their ability to overcome fear, and their will to keep moving forward. It's a moment where the characters face their own limitations and push past them, showing that true strength comes from within and is shaped by personal growth, not just power. Fact 62. The complexity of the villain characters in My Hero Academia is one of the series' standout features. Villains like Shigaraki and Dabi have deeply personal, tragic backstories that shape their motivations. Shigaraki's hatred for the hero society stems from his traumatic past, where he witnessed the destruction of his family and was abandoned by society. Dabi, on the other hand, is driven by a desire for revenge against his father, Endeavor, for years of neglect and emotional abuse. These characters remind us that villainy is often the result of personal pain and societal failure rather than inherent evil. They serve as a reflection of the darker sides of the world the heroes strive to protect. Fact 63. My Hero Academia explores the idea of the weight of the past through the character of All Might. As the world's symbol of peace, All Might's past is filled with both triumph and sorrow. His ultimate battle with All for One left him physically weakened, and he knows that his time as the symbol of peace is coming to an end. This looming legacy weighs heavily on him as he tries to mentor Midoriya and ensure that the hero world remains protected. His willingness to pass on his quirk to Midoriya reflects the importance of letting go of the past and trusting the next generation to carry the torch forward. Fact 64: The importance of friendships and teamwork in My Hero Academia is emphasized time and time again. Although the characters are trained to become powerful individuals, it is their ability to work together that allows them to succeed in difficult situations. Midoriya, Uraraka, Ada, and the other students in Class 1A are often forced to rely on each other's strengths to overcome obstacles. The series shows that even in a world where quirks are everything, it is the bonds between people that make the difference. This theme of collaboration and mutual support is at the heart of what it means to be a true hero. Fact 65: The quirk. One for All is not just a power, it is a symbol of hope. The quirk has been passed down through generations, each time growing stronger and carrying with it the hopes and dreams of those who possessed it before. All Might, the previous bearer, held this quirk for years, and now it resides with Midoriya, who carries the responsibility of continuing the legacy. The quirk's power is not just physical, it represents the spirit of those who have come before, their desire to protect and to inspire others. It is a reminder that power, in its truest form, is not just for the individual, but for the greater good. Fact 66: The unique nature of Midoriya's quirk, One for All, sets him apart from the other heroes in My Hero Academia. Initially, Midoriya's body is unable to handle the immense power of the quirk, causing him to injure himself in nearly every battle. However, as he trains and learns to control the power, he begins to harness its full potential. This journey is one of self-discovery, as Midoriya not only learns to control the physical aspects of his quirk, but also understands its deeper meaning. One for All is about more than strength. It's about protecting others, embodying hope, and carrying the legacy of past heroes. Fact 67: The character of Bakugo is often seen as a foil to Midoriya. While Midoriya is calm, empathetic, and driven by a desire to help others, Bakugo is impulsive, brash, and intensely focused on proving his own strength. However, as the series progresses, Bakugo begins to show more vulnerability, and his character grows in complexity. His rivalry with Midoriya, once rooted in jealousy, slowly evolves into a mutual respect. This evolution of Bakugo's character is one of the most rewarding aspects of the series, as it shows how even the most seemingly abrasive personalities can learn and change over time, especially when faced with adversity. Fact 68: The significance of the UA high school uniforms goes beyond mere practicality. These uniforms are a visual representation of each student's individuality and potential as heroes. The uniforms are designed to be both functional and symbolic, allowing the students to express themselves while also embodying the principles of the hero society. Each character's uniform is tailored to their specific quirk, allowing them to move freely while maximizing their abilities. The uniforms also serve as a reminder that while heroes may have different strengths, they are united by a common goal: to protect others and make the world a safer place. Fact 69: The mentor mentee relationships in My Hero Academia are essential to the growth of the characters. All Might's mentorship of Midoriya is one of the most prominent examples, but there are many others throughout the series. Eraserhead's guidance of Class 1A, Gran Torino's role in helping All Might, and even the more unconventional mentors like Sir Night Eye all play pivotal roles in shaping the students into the heroes they will become. These mentor figures offer not just knowledge, but also emotional support and moral guidance, teaching the students the values of responsibility, sacrifice, and perseverance. Fact 70: My Hero Academia frequently explores the idea of social responsibility, particularly through the lens of quirks. In a world where quirks are common, the idea of what it means to be responsible for one's power is a central theme. Heroes are expected to use their abilities to protect others, but what happens when quirks are misused? This question is explored through characters like Todoroki, who struggles with his quirk's destructive potential, and Bakugo, who often wrestles with the impulse to fight. The series reminds us that great power comes with even greater responsibility, and the true test of a hero is not just in their abilities, but in how they use them. Fact 71: The relationship between Midoriya and Bakugo is central to the emotional heart of My Hero Academia. While they start as rivals, their journey together is one of growth, understanding, and mutual respect. Midoriya's unwavering kindness, even in the face of Bakugo's aggressive nature, serves as a quiet catalyst for change. Over time, Bakugo begins to recognize Midoriya's determination and sacrifices, and this shift helps him to open up emotionally. Their relationship reflects the idea that true heroism often comes from overcoming personal differences and learning from one another. It's a journey of acceptance where both characters come to appreciate each other's strengths and struggles. Fact 72: UA High School is more than just a setting, it's a symbol of hope and opportunity for the students in My Hero Academia. It represents the place where dreams are made and where young heroes learn to harness their quirks. The school is both a nurturing environment and a place of immense pressure as students work tirelessly to become the next generation of heroes. The journey through UA High is one of self discovery, where students confront their fears, push their limits, and forge relationships that will last a lifetime. It's a place where hope is born, but also tested. Fact 73: The role of villains in My Hero Academia is essential to the story's exploration of justice, power, and morality. Villains like Shigaraki and Overhaul represent the darker aspects of society, challenging the status quo and questioning the very foundation of heroism. Yet the series shows that these villains are not simply evil for the sake of evil, they are products of a flawed system shaped by their own pain, suffering, and trauma. My Hero Academia explores how the world we live in can sometimes create the very forces it tries to protect itself from, highlighting the complex nature of good and evil. Fact 74: One of the most poignant aspects of My Hero Academia is its focus on personal growth. Midoriya's journey from being quirkless to inheriting All Might's power is one of overcoming immense self doubt and fear. The series consistently explores how growth is not just physical, but emotional. As Midoriya learns to control his quirk, he also learns to control his emotions and thoughts, understanding that the true mark of a hero is not just strength, but empathy, humility, and perseverance. His growth serves as a reminder that true heroism comes from within, through hard work, self reflection, and a commitment to helping others. Fact 75: the portrayal of heroism in My Hero Academia is a nuanced one, emphasizing that being a hero is about more than just saving people or defeating villains. It's about embodying values such as courage, kindness, and responsibility. The series presents a wide range of characters, each with their own interpretation of what it means to be a hero. While All Might represents the idealistic, larger than life hero, Midoriya embodies a more grounded, relatable version of heroism. Throughout the series, the characters learn that heroism is not about perfection. It's about doing your best for others, no matter the cost. Fact 76: the emotional depth of My Hero Academia is evident in its exploration of characters' personal struggles. Characters like Todoroki and Bakugo face emotional battles that run parallel to their physical ones. Todoroki's internal conflict with his father Endeavor and his struggle to accept both halves of his quirk are central to his character development. Bakugo, meanwhile, must learn to balance his intense drive for success with a more empathetic approach to those around him. These emotional struggles are what make the characters truly compelling, as they show that even heroes must face their own flaws and insecurities in order to grow. Fact 77: the concept of selflessness is a recurring theme throughout My Hero Academia, and it plays a crucial role in the character's development. Many of the heroes, especially Midoriya, learn that true heroism comes not from the desire for recognition or glory, but from the willingness to put others before oneself. Midoriya's consistent acts of self sacrifice, whether it's risking his life to save others or putting his own needs aside for the good of his friends, show that being a hero is not about fame or power. It's about the quiet, everyday acts of kindness and bravery that go unnoticed but are the foundation of true heroism. Fact 78: one of the most impactful moments in My Hero Academia is when All Might passes on his quirk to Midoriya. This act symbolizes the transfer of not only power, but also responsibility. All Might, despite his weakening state, sees in Midoriya the qualities that will allow him to carry on the legacy of the symbol of peace. This passing of the torch is a powerful moment in the series, as it marks the beginning of Midoriya's journey as a true hero. It shows that heroism is not just about inheriting power, but about inheriting the will to protect others and the heart to fight for what's right. Fact 79: the villains in My Hero Academia are often portrayed as individuals who, like the heroes, are shaped by their experiences. Shigaraki, for instance, was once a child who suffered deeply from neglect and loss, which ultimately led him down a path of destruction. His desire to destroy the hero society stems from the trauma he experienced at a young age. This complex portrayal of villains as products of their environment challenges the audience to consider the broader societal issues that contribute to the creation of such figures. It's a reminder that the battle between good and evil is not always black and white. Fact 80: the impact of My Hero Academia extends far beyond the world of anime. The series has become a global phenomenon, inspiring fans around the world with its messages of hope, perseverance, and heroism. The characters, many of whom struggle with personal doubts and limitations, resonate deeply with viewers who see parts of themselves reflected in the story. The series has sparked conversations about what it truly means to be a hero and has encouraged people to find strength in themselves, even when faced with adversity. It's a testament to the power of storytelling to inspire and uplift people from all walks of life. Fact 81: the development of the Hero Society in My Hero Academia reflects a complex balance between order and chaos. While heroes are celebrated for protecting society, the constant threat of villains and the unpredictable nature of quirks create a world where peace is fragile and constantly tested. The existence of pro hero agencies and government oversight introduces an element of bureaucracy, showing that heroism is not just about strength, it's also about structure, regulation, and responsibility. This thematic exploration asks us to consider the broader societal mechanisms that allow for justice, highlighting the intricacies of maintaining peace in a world filled with power and unpredictability. Fact 82: the series often touches on the theme of generational change, with Midoriya's journey as a new generation of heroes symbolizing the transition from the old to the new. All Might's legacy is passed on to him, but Midoriya is not simply a replacement. He is a new kind of hero. His approach to heroism is shaped by his empathy, his willingness to learn, and his drive to protect others, all qualities that resonate with the world evolving beyond the symbols of the past. Midoriya's journey is about embracing the lessons of the old while forging a new path forward, a theme that mirrors the changing landscape of society itself. Fact 83: the emotional stakes in My Hero Academia are raised not only by the battles between heroes and villains, but by the internal conflicts that the characters face. The students of Class 1A, despite their impressive abilities, are still learning to navigate their own fears, insecurities, and ambitions. Characters like Todoroki, Bakugo, and Uraraka grapple with their own personal struggles, whether it's breaking free from their family's expectations or learning to manage the weight of their abilities. These personal battles make the characters more relatable and grounded, reminding us that the greatest challenges are often internal, and the path to heroism is one of constant self discovery. Fact 84: My Hero Academia often challenges the notion of perfection, particularly through the character of Bakugo. Bakugo starts the series as a brash, overconfident student who believes that his strength alone makes him superior. Over time, however, he learns that perfection is an illusion, and true strength lies in growth, humility, and understanding others. His development from a lone, abrasive figure to someone who learns the value of teamwork and self reflection is one of the most rewarding character arcs in the series. Bakugo's journey shows that even the most intense, competitive individuals can change and evolve when faced with the right challenges. Fact 85: the series consistently explores the importance of understanding one's limitations. While many characters in My Hero Academia are driven by the desire to be stronger, the true lesson of the series is learning when to push forward and when to step back. Midoriya's struggles with controlling one for all illustrate this theme perfectly. His initial overzealousness nearly cripples him, but through trial and error, he learns to recognize the limits of his own abilities and pace himself accordingly. The series teaches us that strength isn't always about going further, it's about knowing our limits and learning to work within them to achieve our goals. Fact 86: the characters in My Hero Academia often face questions about what it truly means to be a hero. All Might, as the embodiment of the ideal hero, represents the lofty public image of heroism. Yet as the series progresses, we learn that the reality of being a hero is far more complicated. Heroes like Midoriya, Eraserhead, and even Endeavor grapple with their personal flaws, doubts, and sacrifices. Their heroism is not defined by perfection, but by their willingness to continue fighting for what they believe is right, despite their struggles. This nuanced portrayal of heroism encourages viewers to think about the values that define true heroism beyond just the ability to fight. Fact 87: UA High School is not only a place where young heroes are trained, it is also a place where personal growth occurs. The school's environment fosters not only the development of quirks, but also the formation of strong moral values. The students learn what it means to be responsible for their powers and to consider the consequences of their actions. The diverse group of students, with their varying backgrounds and goals, form bonds that will serve as their foundation in the future. These friendships and the lessons learned at UA become the guiding principles that will help them become heroes, not only in the battlefield, but in life. Fact 88: one of the most emotional moments in My Hero Academia comes when Midoriya realizes that heroism is not just about being the strongest. In earlier episodes, Midoriya is obsessed with power. He believes that the ability to fight is the key to becoming a hero. However, as the series progresses, he learns that true heroism is rooted in sacrifice, empathy, and the courage to act when others cannot. Midoriya's journey teaches us that being a hero is about much more than just physical strength. It's about the willingness to put others first, to protect what's important, and to inspire others to do the same. Fact 89: My Hero Academia often plays with the theme of duality. Characters like Todoroki and Bakugo represent two sides of the same coin: strength and vulnerability, ambition and humility, heroism and personal struggle. Todoroki's inner conflict between the two halves of his quirk, his mother's ice powers and his father's fire powers, mirrors his inner turmoil as he grapples with his identity and legacy. Similarly, Bakugo's loud, abrasive exterior hides a deep sense of insecurity, showing that even the most outwardly confident people have inner battles to face. These characters exemplify the idea that everyone has two sides, one that is seen by the world, and one that must be understood and accepted in order to grow. Fact 90: the narrative structure of My Hero Academia emphasizes the importance of patience and incremental growth. Throughout the series, we see characters struggle, fail, and try again. Midoriya's early battles are marked by failures, and even as he gains power, he still faces challenges that test his limits. This structure reminds viewers that growth is not immediate, it is a process. Success doesn't come without struggle, and true heroes are made through consistent effort, reflection, and the willingness to improve, even when the path forward seems uncertain. This pacing reflects the slow, steady progress that defines the journey of becoming a true hero. Fact 91: My Hero Academia explores the idea of self-worth, particularly through characters like Midoriya, who struggles with the concept of being good enough. In the beginning, Midoriya doesn't believe he has what it takes to be a hero, constantly comparing himself to others who are naturally gifted. However, as the series unfolds, Midoriya learns that heroism is not about inherent talent. It's about determination, heart, and the courage to keep moving forward. His journey shows that we don't have to be perfect to be worthy of our dreams. Sometimes, It's the willingness to try and grow that makes us capable of achieving greatness. Fact 92. The theme of perseverance is woven into every aspect of My Hero Academia. The students at UA are constantly faced with obstacles that test not only their abilities, but their character. Midoriya's battle to control One for All is a constant reminder that growth comes through persistence and hard work. Whether it's physical training, overcoming personal doubts, or facing the emotional challenges of being a hero, perseverance is key. The series teaches us that no matter how many times we fall, the important thing is to rise again and keep going, because each struggle makes us stronger. Fact 93. The characters in My Hero Academia are defined not just by their quirks, but by their values and the way they use their abilities. For instance, characters like Uraraka, who dreams of becoming a hero to help her family financially, show that heroism is not always about fighting villains. Instead, it's about using your powers for the greater good, whether that's through helping others in a crisis or inspiring hope. The series consistently challenges the idea that heroism is limited to action and power. Sometimes, the quietest acts of kindness are just as important as any battle. Fact 94. One of the key lessons in My Hero Academia is that heroism is not about avoiding failure. It's about how we respond to it. Many of the characters experience setbacks that seem insurmountable, but they don't give up. Midoriya faces numerous failures, from the injuries he sustains trying to control One for All, to his self-doubt about whether he's truly fit to be a hero. Yet each time he falls, he rises with greater resolve. The series shows that failures are not the end of the road, but an essential part of the journey that leads to growth and improvement. Fact 95. The emotional weight of My Hero Academia is often carried by its quieter moments. While epic battles and high stakes action are integral to the series, the emotional connections between characters are just as important. Moments like Midoriya's conversations with his mother, or the support that Class 1A gives each other during their toughest times, are just as meaningful as any fight. These moments ground the story in real human emotions, showing that the bonds we share with others are a source of strength that can carry us through even the darkest of times. Fact 96. The villains in My Hero Academia are often products of a society that has failed them. Tamura Shigaraki, the leader of the League of Villains, is a prime example of this. Once a victim of neglect and trauma, Shigaraki's hatred for society grows as he struggles with the loss of his family and the world's disregard for his suffering. His villainy stems from the pain he has experienced, and his journey challenges us to think about the societal systems that contribute to the creation of such figures. The series highlights the importance of addressing the underlying causes of pain and injustice in order to prevent further harm. Fact 97. UA High School's annual events, like the Sports Festival and the Provisional Hero License exam, are pivotal in shaping the students into full-fledged heroes. These events not only test the students' abilities, but also push them to confront their fears, work with others, and face the reality of what it means to be a professional hero. While these competitions may seem like simple school events, they carry deeper lessons about responsibility, growth, and the importance of teamwork. The characters must navigate these challenges with humility and grace, showing that heroism is not about being the best, it's about doing your best. Fact 98. The evolution of Bakugo's character is one of the most interesting arcs in My Hero Academia. Initially portrayed as aggressive, hot headed, and overly self confident, Bakugo's character slowly softens as he learns to understand his own flaws. His rivalry with Midoriya, once a source of tension, becomes a relationship based on mutual respect. As Bakugo faces his own limitations and struggles, he begins to grow as a person, learning that strength doesn't come from dominating others, but from understanding and working alongside them. His transformation reminds us that true strength is rooted in emotional growth as much as in physical power. Fact 99. The themes of sacrifice and duty are explored in many of the characters' arcs. All Might's decision to pass on his quirk to Midoriya is one of the clearest examples of this. All Might, despite knowing that his time as the symbol of peace is running out, chooses to entrust the future of heroism to Midoriya. This selfless act speaks to the larger theme of passing on the mantle to the next generation, reminding us that heroism is a continuous cycle. Heroes must eventually make way for others, trusting that their legacies will live on in those they mentor. Fact 100. My Hero Academia delves into the concept of the hero's journey, not just as a physical path, but as an emotional and psychological one. Each character, particularly Midoriya, goes through their own hero's journey, one that is fraught with challenges, self-doubt, and moments of triumph. The series shows that being a hero is not simply about fighting villains, but about confronting personal fears, growing through hardship, and understanding that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Midoriya's growth, both as a person and a hero, is a testament to the power of perseverance and inner strength. Fact 101. The concept of mentorship in My Hero Academia is deeply woven into the fabric of the Choice story. All Might's mentorship of Midoriya is the most prominent example, but the series is filled with various teacher-student relationships that reflect the value of guidance and experience. Characters like Eraserhead and Gran Torino offer not only wisdom, but emotional support, helping their students navigate the trials of heroism. The theme of mentorship highlights the importance of learning from those who have gone before us, showing that growth is often accelerated by the guidance and trust of others who have walked similar paths. Fact 102. The My Hero Academia universe is built on a foundation of ideals that often clash with reality. While the heroes are often seen as symbols of hope and justice, the challenges they face, from societal expectations to personal sacrifice, remind us that even heroes are not immune to the struggles of the world. Midoriya's journey, in particular, shows the difficulty of living up to ideals while balancing one's own humanity. The series asks important questions about what it truly means to be a hero in a world full of contradictions, where doing the right thing is not always straightforward. Fact 103. The theme of redemption is explored through several characters in My Hero Academia, but one of the most compelling stories is that of Todoroki. Born into a family filled with expectations and emotional turmoil, Todoroki's journey is one of healing and self-acceptance. His struggle to reconcile his abusive relationship with his father, Endeavor, and his desire to break free from the burden of his quirk reflects the broader theme of personal redemption. Todoroki's character arc is a testament to the power of understanding oneself, forgiving the past, and striving to create a better future, like 104. My Hero Academia explores the idea of fear, especially when characters are faced with challenges that force them to confront their deepest insecurities. Midoriya's fear of failure, Bakugo's fear of being seen as weak, and Todoroki's fear of being controlled by his father all serve as emotional backdrops that propel the character's growth. The series shows that fear is not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced and understood. It is through facing their fears head on that the characters ultimately grow into the heroes they are meant to be, learning to use their fears as fuel for their personal evolution. Fact 1.5: the quirk system in My Hero Academia is one of the most fascinating aspects of the world building. Each quirk is not only a reflection of a character's personality, but often a metaphor for their inner conflicts and desires. Midoriya's quirk, One for All, is a perfect example of this. His journey of mastering the quirk represents not just physical growth, but emotional resilience. Similarly, Todoroki's quirk, which is a combination of fire and ice, symbolizes the duality within him. The conflict between his father's fiery expectations and his mother's cold rejection. The quirks in the series serve as both literal and figurative representations of the characters' journeys. Fact 106: the role of trauma in shaping characters' motivations is explored deeply in My Hero Academia. Characters like Shigaraki and Dabi, as well as many of the heroes, are shaped by past events that influence their decisions and actions. Shigaraki's desire for destruction stems from the traumatic loss of his family, while Dabi's hatred for his father, Endeavor, is rooted in years of abuse and neglect. These villains are not evil for the sake of evil, they are products of their environment. This exploration of trauma adds depth to the story, showing that even villains are often shaped by the pain and loss they have endured. Fact 107: the theme of personal responsibility is central to My Hero Academia, especially as characters like Midoriya learn the weight of their powers. At first, Midoriya sees heroism as simply a way to protect others, but as he inherits One for All, he begins to understand the true depth of the responsibility it carries. Heroism is not just about saving people, it's about the duty to protect the ideals of justice, to care for others, and to uphold moral integrity, even in the face of immense personal cost. The series teaches that true power is not only about physical strength, but about knowing when and how to use it responsibly. Fact 108: the theme of sacrifice plays a large role in My Hero Academia, with many characters making significant personal sacrifices for the greater good. All Might's decision to pass on his quirk to Midoriya is an act of selflessness, marking a crucial turning point in the story. Similarly, characters like Eraserhead, Gran Torino, and even Bakugo make sacrifices in their journeys to ensure that others can live and grow. These acts of sacrifice highlight that true heroism often requires giving up something important to help others, and it is these selfless actions that define what it means to be a hero in the My Hero Academia world. Fact 109: the character of Uraraka is a shining example of how My Hero Academia emphasizes the importance of empathy and kindness. Despite being from a humble background and often struggling financially, Uraraka's dream to become a hero is driven by her desire to help her family. Her kindness and determination to protect others, even when it puts her own safety at risk, are what define her as a hero. Uraraka's journey shows that heroism is not just about power. It's about the willingness to put others before oneself and to work toward making the world a better place for everyone. Fact 110: the My Hero Academia universe is built on the tension between the ideals of heroism and the harsh realities of the world. Heroes are expected to uphold justice and peace, but they are constantly challenged by villains, societal expectations, and the personal struggles that come with their quirks. Characters like All Might and Midoriya embody the ideal of heroism, but even they must grapple with the complexities of their roles. This tension between the lofty ideals of heroism and the reality of the world adds depth to the story, reminding us that being a hero is not just about fighting, it's about making difficult choices, facing personal demons, and sacrificing for the greater good. Fact 111: one of the most powerful aspects of My Hero Academia is the way it explores the evolution of its characters over time. Midoriya begins his journey as a quirkless boy, unsure of his place in the world. However, as he inherits One for All and grows through the challenges he faces, he learns that being a hero is about more than just strength. It's about responsibility, empathy, and the willingness to make difficult choices. Midoriya's growth is not just physical, but emotional and intellectual, showing that heroes are shaped not only by their powers, but by their hearts and minds. Fact 112: the series explores the complex relationship between parents and children, especially in families where expectations are high. Todoroki's relationship with his father, Endeavor, is one of the most prominent examples. Endeavor's desire to surpass All Might and force his own ambitions onto his children creates a toxic environment for Todoroki. Todoroki's journey is about breaking free from his father's shadow and finding his own path. This theme resonates with many viewers, as it highlights the emotional toll that high expectations can have on young people and the importance of finding one's own identity outside of family pressure. Fact 113: the concept of justice is continually questioned in My Hero Academia. Heroes are expected to uphold justice, but the villains in the series often present their own versions of justice, challenging the conventional definitions of right and wrong. Shigaraki and the League of Villains, for example, have their own warped sense of justice, believing that society itself is corrupt and must be destroyed. This moral complexity adds depth to the story, asking viewers to consider the difference between good and evil and whether it's possible to truly define what's just in a world filled with gray areas. Fact 114: the relationships between the students in Class 1A are key to the emotional core of My Hero Academia. Though they are all incredibly gifted, each character brings a unique perspective and set of skills that enhance the team as a whole. Characters like Ida, Uraraka, and Todoroki offer support and insight to Midoriya as he navigates the challenges of being a hero. These friendships not only help them grow as individuals, but also as a team, highlighting the importance of collaboration in overcoming obstacles. The series teaches us that the strength of a team is built on mutual respect, trust, and shared goals. Fact 115: the idea of inheritance is a central theme in My Hero Academia. Midoriya's inheritance of All Might's quirk, One for All, is the most obvious example, but the theme of passing down knowledge and power is explored through many characters. All Might's decision to pass on his power is not just about giving Midoriya strength, but about ensuring that the next generation of heroes is prepared to protect the world. This idea of inheritance, whether it's power, knowledge, or ideals runs throughout the series, emphasizing the importance of learning from those who came before us and carrying their legacy forward. Fact 116: the Hero Society in My Hero Academia is not without its flaws. While heroes are celebrated, they are also held to extremely high standards by the public. Society expects heroes to be perfect, never faltering in their mission to protect others. However, the series reveals that being a hero is not about perfection. It's about doing what is right, even when it's difficult. The heroes, like Midoriya and All Might, are shown to be flawed, yet they continue to fight because of their commitment to protecting the world. This portrayal of imperfection serves as a reminder that heroism is about effort, not flawlessness. Fact 117: the use of symbolism in My Hero Academia is particularly effective in conveying deeper meanings throughout the series. The recurring motif of light versus darkness, for example, represents the battle between good and evil. All Might, as a symbol of peace, often radiates light, while villains like Shigaraki and the League of Villains represent the darkness in society. These visual cues are not only symbolic of the characters' roles, but also reflect the internal struggles that they face. The constant push and pull between light and dark in the series serves as a reminder that heroism is not just about external battles, but internal ones as well. Fact 118: the importance of emotional resilience is a recurring theme in My Hero Academia. Many of the characters, including Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki, face significant emotional challenges, such as self-doubt, fear of failure, and struggles with identity. These internal battles are just as important as their external conflicts with villains. The series teaches us that emotional strength is often the key to overcoming obstacles, as it allows characters to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward. Midoriya, in particular, exemplifies this resilience, as he learns to handle both the physical and emotional challenges that come with being a hero. Fact 119: the role of hero agencies and professional heroes adds an interesting layer to the My Hero Academia world. While the main focus of the story is on UA High School and the students, the professional hero agencies represent the more practical side of heroism. These agencies employ heroes to perform various tasks, such as rescue operations, security, and combat against powerful villains. The existence of these agencies shows that heroism is not just about fighting villains, it's a career, a responsibility, and a way of life. This aspect of the world building adds realism to the series, highlighting the structure that supports hero society. Fact 120: the idea of legacy is explored through the characters of All Might, Gran Torino, and Midoriya, each of whom has a role in passing on the ideals of heroism to the next generation. All Might's legacy as the symbol of peace is one of hope, sacrifice, and determination. Gran Torino, his former mentor, helped shape All Might's understanding of what it means to be a hero. Now All Might must pass on this legacy to Midoriya, who will continue the fight for peace and justice. The theme of legacy in My Hero Academia reminds us that the actions we take today shape the world for those who come after us. Fact 121: the evolution of Midoriya's relationship with All Might is a central theme throughout My Hero Academia. All Might is not just a mentor to Midoriya, but a symbol of hope, strength, and resilience. Initially, Midoriya idolizes All Might as the world's greatest hero, believing him to be invincible. However, as the series progresses, Midoriya comes to realize that even All Might has weaknesses and struggles. This realization shifts their relationship from one of blind admiration to one of mutual respect. Midoriya learns that heroism is not about perfection, but about perseverance, empathy, and the ability to inspire others to rise above their limitations. Fact 122: The world of My Hero Academia is one where the lines between hero and villain are often blurred. Characters like Endeavor, who is initially portrayed as a cold and distant figure, slowly reveal the complexity of their actions and motivations. Endeavor's harshness toward his children, particularly Todoroki, is rooted in his obsessive desire to surpass All Might. But as the series progresses, Endeavor begins to understand the consequences of his actions. His journey of redemption and self reflection shows that even those who seem like antagonists can grow, change, and strive to be better. My Hero Academia reminds us that people are not defined by their past mistakes, but by the choices they make moving forward. Fact 123: The theme of legacy continues to play a significant role in My Hero Academia, particularly through the passing of One for All. When All Might passes on his quirk to Midoriya, it symbolizes the transfer of not just power, but the responsibility that comes with it. Midoriya is not only inheriting All Might's abilities, but also his ideals, the belief in protecting others, standing up against injustice, and never giving up. This act of passing the torch is a powerful symbol of how legacies are carried forward through generations, each hero building on the foundation laid by those who came before them. Fact 124: My Hero Academia frequently examines the idea of what it means to be special. Characters like Midoriya, who begin without a quirk, and characters like Bakugo, who are naturally gifted, both face unique challenges in their journey to becoming heroes. Midoriya's initial lack of a quirk makes him feel inferior, but over time, he learns that what makes someone special isn't necessarily their abilities, but their determination, heart, and willingness to put others first. The series teaches that heroism is not about being born with power, but about making the most of what you have and never giving up on your dreams. Fact 125: The diversity of quirks in My Hero Academia serves as a reflection of the diversity of human nature. Each quirk is unique and often mirrors the personality, strengths, and weaknesses of the character it belongs to. Some quirks are glamorous, like Todoroki's ice and fire powers, while others are more subtle or even awkward, like the ability to produce sticky substances. This diversity in abilities helps to create a world where every hero has something valuable to contribute, no matter how their quirk may appear. It shows that everyone has their own unique strengths, and heroism comes in many forms. Fact 126: The dynamic between the students of Class 1A and their teachers, especially Eraserhead and All Might, highlights the importance of guidance and support in shaping a hero. While the students are learning to harness their quirks and become heroes, their teachers are not just imparting knowledge, they are also teaching them about responsibility, integrity, and emotional resilience. Eraserhead, with his no nonsense approach, pushes his students to understand the gravity of their role as heroes, while All Might provides a more optimistic outlook, encouraging them to find strength in their hearts. Together, these mentors play a pivotal role in the students' growth. Fact 127: My Hero Academia is more than just a story about fighting villains. It is about understanding and confronting personal and societal issues. The quirk system itself is a metaphor for societal divisions, as some individuals are born with powers while others are quirkless. This creates a hierarchy within society, with those who possess powerful quirks being seen as more important or valuable. Characters like Midoriya and Uraraka challenge this system by showing that strength is not about the power you're born with, but about the heart you carry and the actions you take. The series asks important questions about fairness, equality, and how society defines worth. Fact 128: the presence of multiple hero agencies in My Hero Academia adds depth to the world building, showing that heroism is not just an individual pursuit, but a professional career. Each agency has its own set of heroes, goals, and values, contributing to the larger society's sense of security. These agencies offer heroes the chance to specialize in different aspects of heroism, whether it's rescue missions, combat, or support. This concept highlights that heroism requires a variety of skills and talents, and that working together within structured organizations is essential to maintaining peace and justice in a world full of threats. Fact 129: the theme of growth and self improvement is evident in every character's arc in My Hero Academia. From Midoriya's development into a capable hero to Bakugo's journey of learning humility, the series showcases how the characters grow through their experiences. Even villains like Shigaraki are shown to evolve in response to their circumstances. This ongoing theme teaches viewers that growth is not a linear path. It involves learning from mistakes, pushing through adversity, and constantly striving to become better. The series emphasizes that anyone, hero or villain, has the potential for change, as long as they are willing to face their inner struggles and evolve. Fact 130: the legacy of All Might and the heroes who came before him is a central theme that shapes the direction of My Hero Academia. All Might's influence is felt throughout the entire series, from his inspiring speeches to his quiet moments of mentorship. However, the series also emphasizes that the next generation of heroes, led by Midoriya, must forge their own path and create their own legacies. While All Might's legacy is one of hope, it is up to the new heroes to carry that hope forward into a new era. This transition from one generation to the next serves as a powerful reminder that heroism is an ongoing cycle, one that is defined not by the past, but by the actions taken in the present and the future. Thank you for drifting with me tonight through the world of My Hero Academia. May the journey of heroes, their sacrifices, and their growth inspire your dreams. As you rest, let the stories of perseverance and hope bring peace to your heart, knowing that, like the heroes we've explored, you too have the strength to face whatever lies ahead. Let your thoughts settle and your breathing slow as you drift into a night filled with restful sleep and warm, hopeful dreams. Good night, dear friend.